because the rabbi says clap. Simon says, and then everybody does what Simon says. That's not worship. You clap your hands. Clap your hands, all ye people. Clap your hands unto Yahweh. Make a joy, right?
Amen.
Don't do it because Simon said do it. Even if Simon Cowell is the one.
Oh, wow.
On American Idol. Don't do it. Do it because you need to move for Yahweh. To get up, to move, to dance. And then Yahweh will give you a revelation and an intimacy that you could only achieve through worship. But if you're going to say, hey, I got my own worship style, and it's not somebody else's worship style, see, that's where we're going to agree that you're wrong.
Uh-oh.
Because no matter what your style is, it requires action. Every word in the Bible, every scripture, where Yahweh talks about worship, it talks about the worshiper moving. Moving. Action. Yechezkel, so nothing to do with style. Where are we here? What did I just say? 40? Huh? 42:6.
38.
For they were in 3 stories, but had no pillars, as the pillars of the courts. Now, what on earth does this have to do with worship? What on earth? Maybe it was 43:6, huh? Maybe 43:6. Something 6. Maybe 45:6. Maybe I hit the wrong keypad. Well, it could be 43:6.
40, 44 and 4. Oh, no, that's 6, huh?
No, 42. No, it's definitely not 42. Well, anyway, the point is, I'm looking for the scripture where the Messiah worships at the gate of the millennial temple. Could be 45:3. All right, whatever. Let's just move on. If you find it, don't let me know because it's too late. How's that sound? 46:3. Sorry, there's a time for everything. I'm not going to sulk. I gave you 100 scriptures and I couldn't find one.
Mercy.
And y'all want me to stop the service to look for that one? Who do you think I am, Yeshua? Leaving the 99 to find the one?
46:3.
Now, if Chris finds it, maybe I can deal with it.
46:3.
46:3? You sure, Chris? Well, yes, but that was, see, but I was looking for the Messiah who worships. Okay. Yeah, maybe, yes, you're right if I go back a verse. Okay. Let's go to Yechezkel 46. Let's go to verse 1. I want to make a point, since I'm going to be taking this into 2 parts. Ezekiel, Yechezkel 46:1. This says to Master Yahweh, the gate of the inner court is the New Jerusalem and the temple in the New Jerusalem in the millennial kingdom that looks toward the east will be shut 6 working days. On the Shabbat, Sabbath, 7th day, Saturday, Shabbat, it shall be opened, and the day of the Rosh Chodesh, new moon, it will be opened. And the Nasi, that's the Messiah, the Prince, will enter in by the derech, the way of the porch of the gate outside, and will stand by the post of the gate. What gate? The eastern gate, thank you. And the Kohanim, that's us, the priests, will prepare his burnt or ascension offering and his shalom offering, and he will worship at the threshold of the gate. He will go out of the temple, but the gate of the temple will not be shut. Let's read that again. The prince on Shabbat and Rosh Chodesh will stand to worship Yahweh at the gate of the rebuilt millennial temple. The Messiah will get up and worship Yahweh. Amen. He will not stay seated.
Amen. Wow.
Yes, sir.
That's awesome.
Go!
And is not he our pattern? Is not he our example? Now look, Messiah will worship at the gate of the millennial temple, because worship is the gateway to hearing his voice and his leadership in our lives. Kingdom worship. And I hope I don't miss this one out. It's 46:9. Oh yes, I got it this time. Now, go back to 46:8. So Messiah worships, he goes out. He comes back in. What does he do when he comes back in? He worships some more. Then he goes out. He comes back in. He worships some more. Then he goes out, comes back in, then worships some more. Now, you see the pattern here? Now jump down to verse 8. When the Nasi will enter, he will go in by the path of the porch of the eastern gate. He will go out by the what? By the what? Verse 8. Ezekiel 46:8. He will go what? He'll go out the same way. Look at verse 9. When the people of the land will come before Yahweh, hello? They get up and they come before Yahweh to worship Yahweh. Get up, move, come before Yahweh. In the solemn Moedim, the feasts of Yahweh. He that enters in by the path of the north gate to worship, watch this, will go back out of the south gate. He that enters by the path of the south gate into the millennial temple will not go back out the south gate. Rivka, look. Whoever enters in the south gate to worship Yahweh will go out which way?
North.
The north gate. Including the prince who sets the pattern, the Nasi, Yeshua. As he worships the Father and as we worship him. He will not, meaning the worshiper, turn to your neighbor and say the worshiper. The worshiper will not return by the path of the gate by which he came in. He will go out opposite the gate he came in. What's the point? The point is that kingdom worship is a straight line into the presence of Yahweh. You don't circumvent his presence. It's a straight line right into his presence. Isn't that what the whole message is about? Worship is the doorway to revelation and what? Intimacy. So when we go in the kingdom, Yahweh even tells you how we're going to worship in the kingdom, Rivka. We don't do a 180, right? Because when we worship Yahweh, we don't get confused. We get strength, we get revelation, we get intimacy, right? So if we go in north, how are we leaving? South. If we go in east, how are we leaving? West. Right? Because when you are worshiping him standing, there's no seats. Do you see seats?
No.
Do you see any seats here in the Millennial Temple? No asientos, nada. Right? Everyone is standing. You get my point. I'm not preaching this to condemn or to convict anybody. I'm just showing you the pattern. This is the pattern. I wish I could stand up when I play the keyboards. But it's hard for me to do, and I have a bad hip. But even that's not an excuse. So there's a pattern. There's a pattern. There are no seats. And certainly no sofas. Yahweh have mercy. So kingdom worship, listen, is a straight line in the doorway of revelation and intimacy. Isn't that what I've been telling you for the past hour and a half? I'll close with this only because some of our butts are getting sore, but it's really another 2 hours to this message. So we won't pick it up next Shabbat. I'll be ministering in Orlando. We'll pick it up 2 Shabbats from today. Okay? Now, I would recommend, what would you do next Shabbat? I recommend go knock on Marcel's door and Shirley and say, hey, we're here, man, let's hang out. Or something like that, something similar to that. But don't forsake the assembly just because the pastor's cheating on you. All right? Don't stop meeting. If you want to meet, go right ahead.
I borrowed the keyboard.
You can borrow the keyboard? No, I'll have the keyboard with me in Orlando.
Oh, no.
You're going to have to go to Bruno's house and get the smaller one. And I got to take it with me to Orlando. But you could be the key that brings the board home, that's for sure. Because you're the man next week, brother. Brother Marcel. Okie dokie. But I mean, the pattern here